Are you a nervous putter? So many people are, and I think it's because the end of the hole, that sort of putting end of the hole, especially those shorter putts, is that real make or break end of the hole in terms of your scoring, isn't it? You know, that's where you're going to win or lose sort of thing. So I really think so many people are nervous when they're putting because of that reason. They put too much pressure on themselves. So I've got 3 great tips to reduce the nervousness around your putting. And the first one is one that is fantastic if you're a little bit analytical or you like the mechanics of the game, you like that sort of cut and dry scientific approach, the more mathematical approach you might say, rather than the feel. And this one's going to show you how you can take all the guesswork out of judging distance when you're putting. So this tip is a putting tip for people that like to get quite accurate with their judging of distance. Now, some people are good at just feeling it and having some practice strokes, and other people like to get really quite definite about judging distance. So this one's for those of you that are a little bit analytical and you like the mechanics of judging distance. So this is a trick that I think might help you. So what you're going to do is you're going to set yourself up with your feet about shoulder width apart, and I'm going to give you 3 distances. Let me move the ball out the way. 3 distances that you can cover. So take your setup, and you're going to take your putter back to be level with the inside of the back foot and through to the inside of the front foot. You're going to do a couple of practice swings, and then you're going to bring the ball in, and then you're going to actually do some putts swinging about that distance, and then you're going to see how far that ball goes. So it'll obviously change depending on the speed of the greens, but what you can do is you can write down how far it goes when you swing from the inside of the foot to the inside of the foot. Then what you'll do is you'll take the club a little bit further back, about in line with the middle of that toe to the middle of that toe. So this one's a slightly longer stroke, obviously. So back further, through further. Then you'll bring your ball in, and you'll test how far that goes. And you'll find obviously that one goes a little bit further. And then our third one will be to the outside of that foot, through to the outside of that foot. So practice it a little bit, get a feel for that, and then bring your ball in again and do it similar. Now obviously you can't look at your feet and you're looking at the club face, you want to be looking at the ball, that's really important. But just practice a little bit, you'll end up with 3 quite solid distances from the inside of each foot to the toe of each foot and to the outside of each foot. And then that gives you a starting point if you really like to be analytical about judging your distances when you're putting. So I hope you enjoyed that tip, and hopefully you found that helpful in terms of being able to judge distances. It takes a little bit of work, a little bit of practice, but it's well worth the effort there because it can reduce the nervousness because you're not having to rely on your feel and how you're feeling on the day in terms of judging the distance. So tip number 2 is all about getting ready for the putt and reducing the nerves before you hit the putt. It takes you through a very quick and easy routine that you can do every single time that will allow you to check the break and check the distance on each putt, and so that you can stand over that putt with a lot more confidence than you might otherwise. So let me tell you about something that bugs me, and it's golfers taking no time whatsoever when they're putting. I see this all the time. Walk up, no look whatsoever. Oh, it's gone too far. Okay, no look whatsoever. Have another putt, come back. And to my mind, if pros feel the need to take time and have a look at the break and have a look at the pace, then why would you feel that you don't need to do that? If they're really good at this game and you're not as good, why do they need to take the time and you don't? So I'm not suggesting that you're going to take a heap of time like they do. I think they take too much time. But I think you should take some time. And this is what I'm going to suggest you do. This is going to be your new routine. And I don't care what length putt it is, I want you to do this on every single putt. And it's not going to take you a lot of time. So all it is 2 things. You're going to stand behind your putt and you're going to have a little look at the break. Now, I don't even need you to get down low because I'm trying to make this as quick and simple and easy as possible. So you're going to have a bit of a look at the break. So do I think it breaks left or do I think it breaks right, or is it pretty straight? Then I'm going to come around and I'm going to think about the length. So what length stroke do I need on this putt? So that's all it is. What sort of break is there, if any? What sort of length do I need? What length stroke? and then you can have a putt. That's all you need to do. And that little bit of slowing down and bit of a routine, I think, could make all the difference to your putting. It's going to take away those 4 putts, reduce the 3 putts. You're going to have a lot more 2 putts, and you might even have some 1 putts. And tip number 3 is a little practice drill that you can use just before you go and hit off the tee. And it's a last minute way of making sure your putting stroke is nice and square. It has a guide to take it straight back and through, and it also makes sure that every single putt you hit is going to go in the hole, which is a fantastic psychological trick that will help you just before you go and hit off. You can see a lot of balls going into the hole, and that does wonders for your state of mind just before you play. So this is a great pre-game confidence drill that you can use on the putting green. And all I've got here is 2 clubs. You can use irons, you can use woods. You're going to lay them parallel to each other on the green and wrap the heads around the back of the hole. And all it does is creates a barrier so that you cannot miss the putt. And then all you're going to do is pop the ball down in between the clubs, and then each time you putt, you really can't miss. It can bounce in off the sides, whatever you like, it's going to go in the hole. So fantastic to see the ball continually going in the hole. Builds the confidence just before you go out. So now for our bonus tip, and this pretty much is the reason that I put these tips together, is because my son and I went out a few weeks ago, and he was trying out a new putter. He didn't feel as if it was putting as well as he could be, so he got the pro in our pro shop, which is actually my brother Pete. Got Pete to add a little bit of an extension to his putter so that he could anchor it into his left forearm. Now, anchoring on the forearms is perfectly legal still, and so this might be something that you could try. It just firms everything up, really improves your stroke. It's a bit of practice, but what Ben, my son, has found over the first few weeks of trying this is that he really likes it, particularly on those short, more nervy ones. So I love this as an option for a new grip that you might want to try if you tend to get a little bit when you're putting, and you feel that you can create that nice smooth stroke that you really need to putt consistently well. So have a look at this new putting grip, and hopefully it will help your putting too. How's it feel?
Really, really good. I absolutely love it.
You have to have the ball forward a bit, huh?
Yeah.
I like your stroke with it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God. No, she looks really good. I just videoed that one.
It feels really, really nice.
God, there's some break on that.
Can't get it.
Oh, it's a lot more. So just a note to follow up on that tip, TaylorMade do a long putter grip that you can put onto your, get an extension on your putter and then put this grip that goes all the way down. So you're not having that sort of 2-step thing, which is fine, but TaylorMade do a long putter grip that you can use. You just have to get your pro to probably order it in and attach it for you. So if you're having problems with your putting and you want to try a new grip, then that one might be the one for you. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this tip. Love for you to subscribe, and then you won't miss any of my new video tips. So we'll see you on the next one.